Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Manshu. I think it's Priyanka, it's more specific to go with the specialization of individual stream in the computer science field, not like being taught as a generic. Because when we were in graduation, we were doing computer science as a kind of like whole, and there were so many streams we were not specialized in. So the HBS, QE, they are putting more focus on the specialization of individual streams there. Hope it might help. So next one is iPhone. Can you take the unmute, please? Sorry, I can't unmute you. I think you need to click on the button, iPhone. Sorry, I can't. Yeah. Oh, we can't unmute you, iPhone. Sorry. So let's jump to the Salja. We will come back to you, iPhone. Salja, do you want to ask your question, please?
Yeah, hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. So my son cleared Tiffin first stage, Tiffin boys, and I am out of catchment for Tiffin. So my question is, I'm not planning to move right now, but is it possible if I make a move after 1st of March allocations, then will they consider me or will they straight away reject my application? Because I'm confused. If I give Tiffin name, then my preference will be gone. So I'm just curious to
Uh,
know if I make a move after 1st of March, so will they consider me in the second round of the waiting list, or will they put me even if I relocated? So will they rearrange the waiting list or something?
uh, I think, do we have Rohit in the call, guys? No. Okay. Uh, any other experienced Tiffin parent? If you want to basically address this question. Unfortunately, we had 3 dropouts from the Kingston, Tiffin, and certain schools. The parents were busy. Uh, Anybody else want to take it, or let me address? So Selja, in Tiffins is very strict about the places. I think I don't remember exactly what's the last date for moving into. I think it is 31st of October, if I'm not wrong. But again, please check the admission policy. If you are not in the catchment of Tiffins by that date, then you won't be considered. You are going to be wasting your place in CAF straight away, to be honest. So if you are really targeting Tiffin, then move before then that date, please. Otherwise, it's better not to put it into CAF.
Okay, thank you. And then considering that option gone, as for so my son scored a 385 in Kent. So what will
Yeah,
be the best bet for out of catchment? I'm out of catchment in Kent also. Dartford, I know they both go like
Dartford you
above
will miss.
400.
Dartford you will miss. Jude you will miss. You might get the other ones. So let me. I don't think I've got the PPT now. But Shalja, can you please ask or send this information, or maybe you have already registered
There was
with us.
like you sent that out of catchment and in catchment, but there was nothing for Skinners for out of catchment. Do you have any idea? Like they have only
Uh,
20 seats for out of catchment, but what
Correct.
does the cutoff goes for
Yeah,
Skinner?
but those 20 seats are based on the special conditions actually. So you might miss that considering 384 as OOC candidate, to be honest. Uh, so there are a lot
So
of
they
other
are not
factors also
exactly for
involved.
out of catchment. They are not exactly for out of catchment. Those
No,
20
they
seats.
no, they are specific to the different special conditions like siblings, like governor places, like people premium, blah blah blah. So uh, for all these, you might need to consult the admission policy, unfortunately, for Skinners, because last time when I was talking to the parent last year, whose kid went into Skinner, but they were living quite closer to Skinner's catchment. So that's how they got it. Even Skinners, uh, if you talk about the score, I think you are good for inside catchment straight away, to be honest. You will get it if you move by 8th of December.
Actually, the thing is, my son cleared certain all three schools and QE, so I don't want to move right now. I don't want to make a
So
move.
if your
So
son cleared certain one and you are in the top 700 of like different schools, so
Mhm.
definitely if you might get one of these. But again, it's all about weighing your options and go for the best one which your kid is eligible for. To be honest, Shelja. Sorry, we need to take
Yeah.
other
Sorry, one
parents'
last
question as well.
question. I'm so sorry, but there's any like advice on certain rating Wilson? I know between certain grammar and Wellington, like which ones?
All the three schools are
Any
brilliant.
idea?
So yeah, Wilson is the best school definitely in all the Sutton one, and then you have got your you can consider Sutton and Wellington at neck to neck. Sometimes Wellington goes down, sometimes Sutton goes down. It's almost same academics wise. There is some difference related to the cadet program because one offer it and the other doesn't offer it. So, but again, these are minor things. I think you won't skip the place based on these minor things. The other thing is the facilities in one school is quite far, the other one is quite near. So you need to just weigh in all these options. To be honest, Shelja. Sorry, you need to
Thank you
jump
so
on
much.
Ashita. Hope it might be helpful. Ashita, your turn. Sorry,
Thank you.
no problems. Thank you. Hi, Ashita.
Hello.
Hello, Ashita. Sorry,
Yeah.
just Sheena. If you are getting late, you might dropped. It's okay. It's perfectly all
I'm
right.
actually I'm actually quite interested, so I'll stay on.
All right. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, Ashita. Sorry, your turn.
Yeah, hi. I just wanted to check, like my son has cleared certain all the schools, all three
Yeah.
schools,
Well
defense,
done.
and so we have quite some options. And Kent also he scored really well. So
Right.
I just wanted to check, like we have six options. So
Hmm.
to be more secure and more sure about the school, should we put one of the comprehensive schools in the CAF form, or should we put
Yeah,
all the grammar schools?
it's always recommended to put
Mm-hmm.
one comprehensive schools, Achita, to be honest. Every
Mm-hmm.
parent normally in past also recommended it to every new parent. But
Okay.
again, every parent has got a different preferences, different priority. So it might not work for you. Maybe you want to put one more grammar school in the list, which you think is short for your kid to get the seat. So
Okay.
you might
So
ignore
what
it.
happens is I just wanted to check, like if he doesn't get into any, because I don't know the scores for Sutton School and Tiffins. So if
Mhm.
he doesn't get a seat in all of the schools which I have mentioned in the CAF form, and
Mhm.
if he gets something, any of the comprehensive schools that are nearby, so
Mhm.
what happens if I don't want to opt for it?
So first question I want to ask, are you in the catchment for Tiffin? You
Yes,
are
I
talking.
am. Yes, I am in the
Right,
catchment.
okay. So definitely for Tiffin and like other parents which are targeting Sant Olav, that is a kind of gambling they need to do, to be honest, based on the
Mm-hmm.
discussion with the kid, whether like how was the exam for your kid, how well he did, and how confident he is or she is to get top score in the exam. So based on these different circumstances and conditions, you will then choose your school accordingly. So, for example, if my kid said that I did my paper or exam paper uh, very good, and I'm hoping I would be in the top, let's say 100, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and based on my research, Tiffin is my highest priority. So, I will definitely put Tiffin in the top order because I'm more my kid is more like enthusiastic about the tiffin rather compared to other
Mm-hmm.
schools. So it's
Okay.
all about the kids' preferences, your preferences, different criterias, different priorities. After weighing all these options, and then go for the best ones, which you think as a parent is the best option for your kid.
Okay.
But let's say you don't get a choice, any school from your preferred choice in the CAF, then a comprehensive school will be allocated to your child based
Yeah.
on other criteria near to your place. and normal.
No, that is
So
what I'm
yeah,
like, because what I have read and I have gathered the information that whichever comprehensive school is not very like it's not opted
overly
for, or
subscribed to.
yes, so he'll be given that option that I'm not very happy
Ashita,
with.
Ashita, I'm
Yes.
just going to come in here. So if you don't, everything that Gaurav said, everything that Vikas said is right. Just to reiterate, if you don't put down a good comprehensive school that you are in catchment for, you will possibly get the worst comprehensive school because you'll get the one that nobody wants to go to.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So think very carefully. It is a horrible gamble. I
Agreed.
know it's
Okay.
when you don't get scores, it's awful. I don't know why they do it, but
Yeah.
just be careful, because I think you'd be pretty devastated. I'm sure your child will get a grammar place, but you'd be pretty devastated if they got the school that you, I hate to say the worst school because that's not fair, but
Yeah.
a school that you really didn't want. Just be
Yeah,
careful.
but we have like outstanding schools which I am in catchment. So that is the only thing I was thinking of. Like, should I put a comprehensive school or
You
should I?
might want to think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, we all recommend you do it, at least your last choice, even if not
Yes.
first, because all choices are equal, right? Don't worry
Yes.
about it's your order of preference, but from the council side, they look all choices as equal.
Okay.
Yes.
Correct.
I get it.
But if it's not there, Ashita, you won't
Mhm.
get it. It's
Yeah.
got to be on
I
that list.
I
Yes.
understand.
Yeah, you will be on the waiting list, and probably you will get, as Sheena mentioned, quite worst school, which is like 20 miles away from your place. So you
Yeah,
need to
I know.
be very, very careful. Okay. Next
Okay.
question
Thank you
from
so
Daya.
much.
Thank you, Ashita. Daya.
Thank you, Gaurav. Hi. My question is about a point which Sheena mentioned during her talk. So the point was that a parent might need to fill in multiple CAF forms subjected to the choice of schools. Like, let's say, for example, I live in the catchment area
I
of
might have
Slough.
got that wrong, Daya. I
Oh,
might have
okay.
got that wrong. It was just
Okay.
that a lady, it was in a
Mhm.
Facebook group, and I'm not a CAF expert. I've understood everything that's gone on here, but it was a lady in a Facebook group who'd said that she was living in London but wanted to apply to Collerton, which was in Devon, and she couldn't see it on her CAF. Now, maybe that was her mistake. I don't know. But
No,
somebody else.
that's correct, Sheena, actually.
Okay.
So what is actually happening when you are living in London, right? There are few places excluded of the CAF because of the strict catchment and specific some rules. I don't know what are those rules, but there are few counties which you can't find out through the local London County CAF application. And I
Okay.
tried to find out. I also talked to one of the Redbridge education officer to understand why is this why this discrepancy is there, and he also couldn't answer this. So I
Interesting.
don't know, to be honest, there why they did it like this, but there is a specific reason. Devon has got strict catchment. What they say that if you are living in the area, right, you need to have the local address proofs and other documents, then you can see straight away. But even if you are in Devon and you want to apply for the London grammar schools, you might miss it. So there is some
Yeah, see,
other process.
Collerton in Devon doesn't
Yeah.
have a catchment, so that was why the lady from London and her child was eligible, but she
Yeah.
couldn't see it on the London CAF. So I'm really sorry. I don't know who was speaking.
It was there. Yeah, it was there.
Yeah, sorry, Daya. So please continue with your question. But yeah, for Devon, there seemed to be a problem from London.
Yeah. Even none of the schools from Devon is available in London CAF, Sheena. So which is
Okay.
quite weird for me, to be honest. I don't understand why.
Sorry, Daya.
No,
Continue.
that's all right, Sheena. Thank you very much. My question was actually following if this condition was true. So my next question was like, how would those two CAFs would compare the priority. Like, let's say if I'm living in Slough right now and I'm in the catchment, and my let's say my daughter has scored really well for Colchester High School for Girls, do I need to really be doing it? But then assuming that there's a workaround about this CAF form thingy, so I think should be. I mean, you've already answered that, so I think I'm good. Thanks, Gaurav and Sheena.
Thank you there. Appreciate it.
Cheers.
Katrina. Sorry, guys, we need to keep moving faster because we have so many parents and it's already almost
good
like
evening.
9:30. Yeah, Katrina, your turn.
Hello, good evening. So my question is regarding Slough. My child qualified for the Slough exams, and we are Catholic, so obviously our preference is St. Bernard, which I think we have a very good chance on based on the criteria P to get into. However, my child is very science based and science focused. So my question is, how strong, or does anyone have any information, how strong is science in St. Bernard's? I'm thinking about Upton, but we only have 116, so I don't think our chances are very high. So these are our two favorite schools, and I just would like to know how to compare. I have been looking at curriculum, but I would like to know maybe more if someone can add to this. He really loves science, robotics, physics, everything around, but I got the impression that St. Bernard's is focused on humanities, but it might just be my impression.
No, Katrina, I think you are correct, to be honest. Sorry, we lost both the parents from Salau who could have answered you, to be honest. Regarding the subject, because I haven't gone into that much detail to basically talk about the different subject options, for Slough, specifically for St. Bernard, but I can find it out and share this information. That's okay, because I think we have got kids going there.
Yeah, that's fine. So how would I be able to get in touch with you, and what would be your suggestion then with 116?
Are you on WhatsApp, or are you in
I am.
So can you please DM me so that I just keep this in my to-do list, and then I answer your question before as soon as possible, basically.
Yeah, and if whether he can also move to sixth form to Upton Court if he, let's say, faces that the science is not strong enough, let's say, for him in St. Bernard's. I just want a strong science-based school. Yeah.
Sure. I will find it out, Katrina, and I will share this information with you.
That's very kind. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Over to you, Shiva.
Hi everyone. Thank you,
Hi,
Gaurav.
Shiva.
Quick question. We live in Britwell, Slough. My son has qualified for Reading School, Slough and Bucks. Now the question is, for Reading School, we registered as a day student, but he's been qualified as a qualified under Category 5. So, how likely or how much percentage we have to secure a place in Reading School?
Shiva, I can take that one when the time comes. My son's at Reading School. Mm-hmm. Do you want me to answer that now, or do you want me to?
Yeah, I'll finish my question and then you can answer. No.
Okay.
So and when I fill this CAF form, even if there is any slight percentage, slight chances of securing a school in Reading School, I would prefer putting it as a number 1 option, and Slough as a number 2, Langley especially, and 3 would be Burnham Grammar School, because we live in Britwell, that's closer to us, Burnham Grammar School. So with this order, if I place it, if we don't secure any seat in Reading School or Langley, do we lose the place in Burnham Grammar School as well? Because that's the last priority we have opted.
I can take all those questions if you want, Gaurav.
Yeah, please take it, Shira.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, ask your last question.
Yeah, lastly, do we have a 12 plus for QE?
Okay, I can answer all those questions if you like. Yeah. So let me address the Reading School first. It's very unlikely. that you'll get a place in the 5th tier. It's such a massively oversubscribed school. And also, you know, they didn't give scores this year, as you know, which must have been a bit of a blow because they said they were going to, but they didn't. You'll not lose anything by putting it down first, but because you'll then go to your 2nd and your 3rd, but it's unlikely, but you never know. So I don't want to say don't do it, but it's very unlikely that you'll get a place at Reading. So if you don't get Langley, you should get Burnham, so long as you qualify. So, and you've got the right marks. So have you passed? What are the catchment criteria? Okay. Can you only put 3 or can you put 6? And QE, so it's not really called 12 plus when it comes to, if your child doesn't get a place in a state grammar school in year 7, subsequent years are called in year. Okay. Correct. Now, if you wanted an in-year place for Reading School, say in year 9, you would then sit a CEM Select online test for that school. It's called an in-year. So no, QE don't have 12 plus. But if a place comes up because somebody moves out, you can apply for it. How you do that, I don't know. You'd have to speak to QE School. Same with Reading School. But the other thing about Reading School as well that you might want to consider, have you thought about boarding? They've got 12 boarding places, and you're more likely to get in if you're further away as a boarder.
The boarding is that we need to commit for the next 7 years for boarding, which is
no, you don't have to commit for 7. You can commit for 5, and then read it because I know this because my boy's best friend boarded. He lives in Bracknell. He didn't get enough to get in as a day boy, although he deserved it. He's done 5 years as a boarder, GCSEs. He got smashing GCSE results. Now he's living at home and doing A levels. So, and you don't pay for tuition fees. You just pay for your son's keep. So it's worth thinking about, but I don't think you'll get a place if you're what you say is sort of 5th tier in terms of catchment. It's just massively oversubscribed.
Most of the good grammar schools are like this. Reading one is super selective. She does always in high demand, to be honest. So Shiva, so you need to just again weigh in your preferences and do accordingly, mate.
You've got nothing to lose, but
correct.
Just be realistic.
Nothing to lose, so we will keep this priority as per our preferences. But
it looks good to me, to be honest.
Eventually we can secure a place at least in BGS. Sure shot. All right.
Cool.
Thank you very much for your answer. Thank you.
All the best.
Thank you, Sheena. Next, we have got Meera.
Hello. Hi. I've got a question. I saw a very similar question on Slough earlier, and we're also in a very similar situation. You mentioned something like 2.9 miles on Upton Court. We're around actually 10 miles from Upton Court, and our daughters has also scored pretty good, like 122 or something. So if we put Upton Court as number 1, and we're thinking about St. Bernard's as number 2 and Herschel as number 3, we are hoping that among 1, 2, and 3, we're about 10 miles from each of them. And would we be able to secure any of one of those 3 if we have them in the ranking of 1, 2, and 3? That's the first question.
As Sheena mentioned, again, it's if it is satisfying the admission criteria. And Herschel, I think you can get Herschel easily.
Okay.
But Upton, I don't think I don't know any kid who got that far last year, to be honest. We can check it out. Again, we don't have the Slough parents. Because of their day-to-day work, I think they already dropped.
That would be really helpful, because we were also told that you have a bright chance for Upton, because you've scored well above the, I don't know, like the 116 or something. So even though you live like 9-10 miles away. Last time I checked on local rating, and they said like they've given up to 10 miles radius for Upton. But I don't know. We are like 9.58 miles or something for Upton. But if we put it Upton Court as number one, my question is like, because people are encouraging us to put Upton and saying like you will definitely get Upton. So I'm not so sure. Like
it's Mira, it's all about stay informed and do your decisions based on your research. Upton is very good school. Herschel is also very good school, and Langley is also again. But you need to see based on your catchment priority areas whether you really are satisfying those or not. Upton, I can find it out tomorrow. We could get the answer now, but again, unfortunately, the parents are dropped. So
that would be really helpful if I can WhatsApp your
please WhatsApp this and then we will ask the parents and they will straight away.
And one more question I also have is like we were also thinking of Buckinghamshire because she's also scored good on Buckinghamshire. But if you put Buckinghamshire as number one, and I know like we have to be moving to Buckinghamshire by 31st of October if you want a guaranteed seat. If not, you will be in waiting list and so on and so forth. But then if you put Buckinghamshire as number one, and then we go into Upton Court number two, St. Bernard's number three, and
Herschel number four. Buckinghamshire? But which school in Buckinghamshire?
There are we are thinking about Aylesbury or Wycombe High or
Aylesbury is super selective, and I think Aylesbury is also you need to look at the catchment criteria. I think it is very less within a mile or something like that. I think I will share the stats with you of last year, and then you can.
Sorry, Gaurav, just to help Mira here, right? Mira, don't worry about the, don't get concerned about the, first or second choice in your priority, right? If you want to go Upton, you should put Upton as your top priority, because when the council works on it, for them they ask all the schools in your list whether they are happy to select this kid or whether this kid qualify or child qualifies in their school criteria. A school responds back. If let's say all 6 schools in your CAF list responded back and said yes, they're happy for the child to be in their school, they will allocate it based on your preference. Let's say the first school said no, the child does not qualify for the preference. The second school comes and they say yes from your CAF, so you will get your second preference. But later on, you might be put on a waiting list on your first preference school, and then if the waiting list moves, the council will come back to you and said, okay, the waiting list has moved. Do you want to give up the second choice now and move to your first choice? So that's why it's very important to put all your choices in the right order. You have nothing to lose. But if you pick like Buckingham as your first and you get selected, you won't be considered for any other choice or preferences then.
Okay, understood. Understood. My main concern is like our main aim is actually Upton Court. So
I would put that as the first preference. If you see
it's just like a bit confusing when when some information comes in as like 10 miles is no way, like you're living in Harrow and Wembley, but we also hear people going from Harrow, Wembley to Upton.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah,
we will find it out tomorrow.
Exactly.
Okay. Thank you so much, Gaurav. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Next one is Arnav. Arnav, you there? Do you want to ask your question? I can't unmute you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, Arnav.
Yeah. Hi. I have a few questions. So first question is like the same. I will continue with the same. The last guy who was asking the Upton Court. I did email the school, and because I live in Redbridge, but because my husband work is there, we are planning to move towards Slough. So it's like when I called the Upton Court, I messaged them, emailed them. They said like 120 places they will be allocated, irrespective of where we live. The first 120 places. So I'm not sure. So I'm worried. Like, will get the place in the Upton Court? I live in Redbridge because my daughter's score is around 126.
I know a parent, Arnav, who moved from Redbridge to
Okay.
Slough, and their kid is going in Upton Park at the minute. So
Okay.
again, you need to, I think, as a OOC, you are correct. There are 120 seats, but I don't have exact data on how far the distance went for each allocated seat for the OOC candidates. So the data which I had was only up to the 2.7 or 2.9 mile. But tomorrow I will find out this information for you, and I will share with Mira, you, and Arnav both.
Thanks a
And
lot.
also,
It will be great help
no
because
problem.
one more thing is like the Saturn you said, because my daughter cleared the Saturn as well, but if maybe she will not get the outside catchment, so we have to move. We have to choose either the Slough thing or the Slough or the Saturn from the one before 31st. So we are like, can we move? Somebody said we can move up to 8th December in the Saturn, or is the 31st is
No,
the
no,
last date?
that was for the Kent. Uh, in
Okay.
Kent one, you can move up to 8th. I think for Slough it is 31st, and the
Okay.
same is for Sutton as well. But again, parents, if we have other parents, please check this, because this keeps on changing every year, and we can't remember all this.
Yeah, and sorry, I have one more question. Like you said, we in the you were saying, do we need supplement form or address proof with CAF? Suppose we are because if we change the address now, so when
Yeah.
we gonna fill the CAF form? Because when my daughter gave the 11 plus exams, our address is the same we are living. But if we change the address and then we fill the CAF form, we will have to upload our new address proof or with the CAF form, or we can
No,
do
no,
it with
no,
the council?
not with the CF code. You need to liaise with the council. You send
Okay.
all the updated documents to them and get the
Okay.
emails back as a proof which you need to keep for your records.
Okay, so after filling the CAF form, we need to contact the council that we have
Correct.
moved here and the thing, and like
Correct.
then we need all the proof, and then we apply for the schools for our kids in that council.
No, schools you already applied in CAF, right?
No,
If
no,
they
no. Because now my daughter, if we change the council, of course she will be joining the schools in the new council. So what's the procedure for that then?
your daughter is in year 5 or year
Year
6?
six, year six, now.
Yeah. So if you move the council, what you
Yeah.
need to do, you need to basically update your new council about it.
Okay, update the new council.
Correct.
Yeah, thank you.
You
And
need to make sure.
Arnav,
yeah,
you'll still need to fill in a CAF before the end of October.
Correct.
You've got to fill in a CAF.
Yeah, I know that thing. Yeah, the coming this week is like a big change for us. Let's see what we're gonna do. I
So
know
you
this.
can
Yeah.
fill in your CAF, and then if you do move, like Gaurav said, then you've got to keep things being updated, but you need to
Correct.
get a CAF in.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. And
Thank you.
Sheena, I have one question with you. You were saying like about your son and about your daughter, that like your son is traveling or daughter is traveling 1 hour, and one is the school comprehension school is just 5 minutes walk. So I'm just asking because I'm thinking like we will move somewhere later, like where I will have to drop my daughter, or sometimes she will travel around 1 hour if she got the sentence. So is it worth traveling 1 hour if she got the good school, grammar school?
I can only speak from my personal
Yeah,
perspective.
I'm asking your perspective. Yeah.
Yes, unequivocally.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Without
Because
any bit of a doubt.
okay, thank you. It's it's very new thing for us, and for them it's still their kid for us. So when they're gonna grow,
Yeah.
it's the change. Yeah.
Yeah, just
So
to say though, Arnav, my kids' journey was me dropping them to the station, which is about 5 minutes, 10-minute train, and then they walk from the train. They absolutely loved it because it gave them a time to be with their friends. Don't get me wrong, my son moans because he's got friends in the area. Oh, they roll out of bed and roll into school. But he wouldn't change it for a thing. And to the point where he said to me the other day, because he's in the sixth form now, he said, "Mum, I am so going to miss Reading School when I leave."
Yeah, because that's their precious time they spend with their friends. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's an all boys school. And he would like girls to be there. But he said he's really going to miss it.
Yeah, I got
So,
it. Yeah.
no. And if it's a school like Anna, if it's a school like, did you say Wilson?
No, it's for my daughter, but my son is giving the next year, so I know. So I know the phase is gonna come. They're gonna grow, so they will come in the different phases, and they're gonna explore many things. Yeah. So
Arnav, you need to target a place where you have got good local boys and girls schools, because you can't have one kid going to north 1 hour and going another kid going to south 1 hour.
That's what I'm worried at the moment. Like, should I go for the Sutton or Slough?
Both are good, very good counties. Whichever school your kid get, I think go for that. But have both the options open. Sorry, we need to take other questions from
thank
other
you.
parents. Everybody,
it's a great help. Thank you, Goran. Thank you, Sheena.
No problem.
Thank you. Bye.
Bhupinder.
I'm still here.
Yeah, thank you. Bhupinder.
Hi, Gaurav. Hope
Hello.
I'm audible.
Yes, you can.
I'm audible. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for this opportunity. So my query is, my son is qualified out of 3 schools in Trafford, which is Sale, Stratford, and Umston. So, for example, 334 is cut off, and he got 337 in Sale. For Altrincham boys, he was not, he isn't qualified because he got 329. So I think Alti boys I should not be keeping in my preference list because he's not qualified as per the score. But I just heard from one of my friends that they said there is some criteria for the comprehension. Like if the kids score well in comprehension, they might check if the score lies between 321 to 334 or 333, like that. So less than the qualified score, but there is some, is there any such criteria? They check comprehension scores or something.
So this is, to be honest, Bhupinder, I am not sure about this special condition. You need to check the admission policy, but this special conditions only gets applicable when the school is not oversubscribed and school still has got places available, and he need, because every school need to fill the places, right? Otherwise the fund they will be losing the fund from the government. So that's the reason at many times the school go below the cutoff marks even, and that's
they're massively oversubscribed. That's a massively oversubscribed school.
Definitely.
Bhupinder, I'm from Stretford, so I know the area.
Yeah,
it's worth asking, but it's, as you know, Alti grammars are massively oversubscribed, so it's unlikely, I would say. But give the school a call.
Yeah. Whenever you have doubt like this, Bhupinder, always call the school straight away. They are always very helpful. They will help you out. But take all the records in written. That will be helpful. Let's jump to the next parent, Ashwath.
Yeah, hey Gaurav, thank you.
Hello.
Yeah, my son cleared Sutton and Tiffin stage 1. While the stage 2 is due in November, we are an outside catchment for both Sutton and kind of like outside catchment for Tiffins. And there has been a saying around like if we need to get into Tiffins, it has to be on the very first of the preferences list. Is that right? Because we are not sure whether we'll be getting into Tiffins or not, and we don't want to put it as a first preference unless it's a mandatory thing.
There are a couple of schools which are like this, to be honest. I've also heard a couple of times that if you don't put, let's say, for example, HBS or Tiffin as a first priority, then you won't get it. But that is actually true for every other schools too, right? If that is, let's say, if I am targeting school XYZ, and that is kind of like my first priority, but the school doesn't have the places, or my kid is not satisfying all the admission criteria for that. So definitely I'm going to miss it. But all the other way around, if you put, let's say, Wilson, which is again allowing outside catchment kids, and there are seats available, then you might get it straight away. So it's all about different, what should I say, admission criterias and policies which gets kicked in. But if your kid is eligible and satisfying all the admission criterias, then you would definitely get it. No matter, even if you go via appeal route. If let's say you are inside the catchment of Tiffin and your son has got enough marks or score to basically be in the top 180 or 150 or whatever the seats numbers are, then nobody can stop you getting that place. But if you are not satisfying even one of the point, which is kind of mandatory admission criteria point, then yes, you might lose it.
Okay.
So it's all about satisfying the criteria as well. Sorry.
Right. Thanks. No. Just wondering, like my son is like very much interested into English literacy. So among the certain schools and the Tiffins, is there any preference or recommendation for the literacy subject?
So you said certain, which one is the second one? Sorry.
Certain. So he passed in certain, and the Tiffins is currently he cleared stage 1.
So in when you are saying Suttons, you meant Sutton Grammar School, or you meant
he gone through all the 3, Wilson, Wellington, and Sutton Grammar.
Yeah. So I don't have any answer for that, Ashwat, to be honest, because we don't have certain parents in the workshop now. Anybody else might know? Please raise your hand. I don't have this data. Sorry, Ashwat. I can find out based on existing parents, but again, that will take time. I need to reach out to them tomorrow, and then they might reply to my message, and then I can get back to you. Can you drop me this message, what you need, and I will forward it to the parents, and once I get the reply back, I will just straight away send it to you. Yeah,
definitely, sure. One last question from me. Once we submit our CAF form, will the council come back to us with the confirmation of our submission, or do we need to follow up with the council for getting the acknowledgement back?
Yeah, you will get the acknowledgement straight away in your registered email, whichever you use to register your account with the CAF website. Okay,
yeah.
We need to jump to Devesh. No problem. Thank you. Devesh.
Yeah, hi Gaurav. Thanks for letting me know. So yeah, my question is that we recently moved on to the Bexley Council. So we are targeting for the Bexley. There are 4 grammar school, out of which 3 are boys grammar school. So we are trying to target for next year. So is there any, since this is a very new to us, so just wanted need suggestion that is there any specific pattern that we need to start preparing to crack the exam for the next year. And the other thing is that when is the time for us to start filling the CA form, and is there any, the last thing is that apart from the Bexley Council, is there any other form that we need to fill with respect to the other counties like QE Grammar School or any other grammar school, that we need to fill separate form, or is it a one form that will cover all the grammar schools?
If you are talking about CAF form, there will be a single form which you need to fill to put your preferred schools. But if you are talking about giving the 11+ exams to different schools, then yes, there will be county specific forms and there will be school specific forms. So let's say you gave the example of QE, or you gave the example of St. Olav, so you gave the example of Tiffins, right? So these are all individual schools which organize the exams, and then you need to make sure that you fill the form for individual school, and then your kid will appear in the exam. And then we have the county specific exams, like we are talking about Kent, we are talking about Slough, we are talking about Sutton, Essex, Redbridge. So these are like, these counties have got different boards, like say GL based board or FSC or something like SAT. So you need to make sure how or where you want to send your kid, and then based on your targeted schools and targeted counties, you need to then start preparing your kid. So there are plenty of guides we have also published, which you can find on our Facebook group as well, which might help you. So yeah, and any other help you need, you can just help ask in the group, and all the experienced parents will help you on that, mate.
Is the Bexley grammar schools are those are over surprise or kind of the super selective, where it's getting them into it's so difficult, or is there any separate kind of preparation that my kid need to undergo?
Not if you're talking about the preparation, it will be standard preparation again. Maths, your English,
Yeah.
your VR, NVR, blah blah blah. And then if you're talking about the super selectiveness of the schools, then yes, definitely some of the schools. So top 180 is the OOC list for the
Yeah.
Baxley Grammar School. So even if you are living outside Baxley and your kid has scored, let's say, 254, which is about 2 mark of the current cutoff mark, which is 252, then yes, your kid will straight away get into the seat is confirmed. Whichever school you fill in the Baxley, from the among the Baxley Grammar School, your son will get the seat straight away confirmed.
And how many number of the school preferences
You have got 4.
we can? Okay, 4 we can submit.
Yeah, I think for Baxley, if you are living in Baxley, LA, then you have 6.
Okay, including the Dartford, I guess.
Yes.
Okay, thanks, Gaurav. Thank you.
Next, Satish. Sorry, we need to jump. We need to run now. It's already 9:50, guys, and I think most of you will be getting late. Your kids will be waiting for you. So let's take quickly. Satish.
Hi, thanks for efforts, guys, staying those so midnight. I have my 2 questions. Like you showed us that the marks for the non-such and Sutton Wellington grammar schools. I live in like a 1.5 kilometers, which is ring fenced, and the marks you showed was 271 and 2 whatever marks. Will the scores go lower than that after September as well?
No. So that was the September-based marking, Satish.
Yeah. Will that?
So there were 2 tables. One based on the March, like the March 1 offer. The second one based on the waiting list offer.
So that's the last mark. Like nobody will be offered places.
Correct. That's correct.
Even though, okay. I have one question. Like my daughter got 257. Yeah. And should I apply? Yeah. I know that we have a big chance in Wellington, but we live very close to non-such, and all our friends are going to non-such. So which should I should prefer as the option 1 and 2?
For based on 256, I think it is highly unlikely you get the non-such, Satish, to be honest. But there is no you won't lose anything by putting non-such, to be honest, on the top. It might be just your luck. If the list goes down, then you might get it. If it doesn't go down and stay consistent like the historic data, then there is no chance, to be honest. Sorry about that.
Yeah. And one last question. What is this Harris Academy? They say, is that a comprehensive school or the like academies? They say Harris Academy.
Yeah. So Harris Academy is a comprehensive school. So you will get so it runs by the Harris Group. They run a lot of secondary schools in different counties.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next one is Nisha. Nisha S. Nisha, do you want to unmute yourself?
Yeah, hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Nisha.
Okay. So we have cleared the defense stage 1 as well as non-such Wellington, and we have just moved into the common catchment of all the 3 schools. And now, we'll definitely put the defense as first. We are confused between non-such and Wellington, which one to put, and then we are also confused. Like, should we put 4, 5, 6? As the comprehensive schools in Sutton, or go for Slough out of catchment, in case we don't get any of the top three, because I think Upton Court allows, moving into catchment after getting admission, because we have cleared Kent also with a good score. So I'm just confused, like what options to put and difference between Nonsuch Wallington if we get either of those two. Am I able to change at a later date if we change our minds, something like that? Yeah.
After 31st, I think you won't be allowed to change anything, Nisha. But if you are, it's always recommendable to basically put all the options, whether you have 3, 5, or 6. Put all the options, never ever keep it free. If you talk about the ranking, as you are already cleared about Tiffin, so definitely next one, Nonsuch and Wallington, considering how the commute is where you are currently living, whether you can move or not move, and
we will definitely move after 6 months, depending on where we get. So we could move closer to Tiffins, move closer to Nonsuch, Wallington, but it's more like which one is better of the two, Nonsuch, Wallington, and then should we consider 4, 5, 6 as Nonsuch is better?
Nonsuch is far better compared to Wallington, even facilities wise and academics wise both. So if you get it, then go for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then should we put 4, 5, 6 or just leave it
please
blank?
Put, please put it. Don't keep it blank.
So we
4,
just
5,
put like
6.
any.
Well, I would put one good comprehensive school in. I'm sure you won't need it, but put one good comprehensive school in, because if the worst came to worst, which it won't, then you've got a good comprehensive school. So put it in as number 6.
Okay.
It is just about taking chances, Nisha.
Yeah. So I think comprehensive schools are good in Sutton as well, right? So we can put like the Sutton comprehensive schools.
Yes. Very good.
And
Sutton,
then any recommendations like good comprehensive schools which we can put on the CAF for Sutton?
I think there was a list, Nisha, but I don't remember. I can send it out to you.
But Sutton is better, right? I mean, just staying in Sutton, or do you think Slough is compared to Slough or Kent as well?
Sutton is better. Sutton gentry is better. Facilities are better. Connectivity is better. So I've seen a lot of parents moving to Sutton compared to Slough. So this is my personal view. But guys, please do your research, because we are not providing any recommendation. We are just sharing our experience with the past parents, which we have had. Yeah.
Okay, sure. Okay, thank you.
Sorry, Durga, your turn. Sorry, I can't unmute you. Yeah.
Hi, my son got 255 in Birmingham. We know we'll get in Bishop Westfield, which is a very good school, and he got 396 in Kent. Which schools can I opt based on his marks?
Based on, you said maths?
No, based on his marks.
Oh, marks. Okay, sorry.
In Kent.
Kent, I think most of the schools you would get it if you are inside catchment.
No, we stay in Birmingham.
Right. And the question next is whether you can move or you can't move.
We can't move right now, but if we get a good school, we can move.
Right. So I think for inside catchment for Kent, you can get most of the schools at 396, to be honest. But for your local school, I don't remember the exact data from top of my head. I can find it out, Durga, but I don't have it at the minute.
Okay, if we move, in which schools can we get it?
You can go for every single school in Kent, whether it's Dartford, it's Jude, which is again very high demand school. These are the top 2 normally parents consider. There are also a lot of other ones, because you have got 32 total schools in Kent. So I can send you the list. I also don't remember all of them, but yeah.
I know that if we move into catchment, we'll get it, but we are very far, which we live in Birmingham. So we are very confused to put what school names in the list.
No, but you still have time until 8th of December, right? If let's say you make
but my husband has a contract job here in Birmingham.
All right, okay.
Okay.
So if that is the case, prefer the local Birmingham-based schools. You have got plenty of grammar schools in Birmingham as well, Durga. So you said your kid has cleared one, right?
Yeah, yes, I Gaurav, sorry. Yeah. So our kid has cleared, and the place where we live, Bishop Bessie, which is very good grammar school, and we are pretty much sure that he'll get a place.
Yeah, I've heard about it. Yes.
But knowing my work situation, I may definitely need to move to Kent next year, somewhere mid next year.
If you are certain about that, then definitely it's better to plan now, because once you lose your, again, definitely there are 12 plus and 13 plus in Kent schools as well, but the chances will be less because there will be less number of seats and higher number of candidates. So better to move now if it's just a matter of like few months. Next year, if you need to move, then move it now. Plan accordingly now. As if I were you, and definitely I would have done like this. But again, you know your situation better, Durga, to be honest. It's just
so that's what I'm just thinking out, like probably, is there any safe bet? Knowing Dartford and Judd, the competition they have, are there any other schools which I can
but
really...
for IC, you will get this based on 396 score.
I mean, without moving before.
Without moving, yes. So that will be a catch. I think you will miss definitely both the schools. Based on
any other schools, Gaurav? Any other schools apart from those two?
Yeah, there are a couple of schools which you might get.
Yeah, that's what I want to really hear about.
Okay. I think it is already addressed in the slide, so I will send you that detail, so it might help you, Durga.
Oh, sure. Do you want me to ping you in the WhatsApp? Or...
Yeah, please ping me. Manmohan, yes, your turn. Sorry.